Right, so recently, there's been a trend to make a hate video on everyone's least favourite character in BFDI, and why they are the worst. I've seen hate videos on, but not limited to... Gay loser, corny profile, fiery yellow face, price at book, sidewalk, porn music, play, needle, leafy, file, speak, was 14, bit, eggy, stapy, bubble, TV, alcohol, salt, pencil, ruler, bill, lights, Bible, sign, TV, 5, actual days, 70 leads, counterclockwise. Oh, that was a mouthful.
It's future me here, and whilst I was recording, I found 4 more videos being free, bombing, tennis ball, and non-existing. And after this video releases, there'll probably be even more. Just crazy.
Oh yeah, and also on My God Rocky. How dare they? Just getting opinions on opinions. And then I see this video on Cake by TL. Great YouTuber, by the way. He makes great analysis and commentary videos. Go check him out after this video. The video titles Why Everyone Underrates Cake. With Cake being my least favourite character, I decided to check out the video and it makes some good points. But I've still on my own. And after I make my points, I will go over some of my own things. Not related to a video on why Cake is the worst character in BFDI. Now, let's begin.
I feel like whenever people talk about great BFDI characters, or just BFDI characters in general, you'll usually hear names like Black Hole, Flower, Pin, Golf Ball, Blocky, Tennis Ball, Fries, Winner. But Cake is a name that you really just don't hear often.
Okay, I'll give you that point. No one really talks about Cake when talking about good BFDI characters. That doesn't mean Cake isn't well liked. Let's look at some tier lists. Oh look, 7 out of 10, 7 out of 10, like, love, really, really good. See? Cake is well liked in the community. He may be not talked about as much, but how can someone be underrated when they're considered a very good character by the community?
Cake's biggest obstacle is legit himself.
Hey. This is a little frightening.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Loser, I can't handle this anymore! Save our team from this torment of the twinkle!
Bet.
I'm bored.
What was that?
I don't know, but I'll make it my duty to find out.
Yikes! Loser, I'm scared!
Save from elimination! Oh, I know the answer's glue, but I'm too scared to buzz in without Loser to support me! Same. You know that surge of energy you feel every time Loser encouraged you, which made you feel that it. So Kate, was that better? Yeah! Oh no, I just can't! Let's do it. Yeah! Loot! Yeah! What now? I guess we'll squirt it out into the shape of 4. Believe in the Loser in you!
Cake's biggest obstacle isn't himself. It's Loser. Now hear me out for a second. If Loser was never in BFB, like they were planning to, because they were planning to put Purple Face as a 6-4 character instead of Loser, Cake would have always been reliant on one person. So therefore, he would be more confident in himself and get more character growth without having to be all around Loser all the time. But the clips TL shows after, all I can hear is Loser, Loser. He's too depending on Loser, and in the BFP 7 clip, he only presses the button because he was basically forced to. In BFB 10's clip, he does nothing but just give encouragement to one of only 2 people on this team that wasn't blinded by Loser's popularity.
I think Cake has one major problem. His development is not flashy, and that is actually kind of a problem against a lot of other BFDI characters whose personalities immediately grab your attention. Blocky does his pranks, Golf Ball is bossy, Eraser is loud, Black Hole has massive moral conflicts. Cake doesn't really have a lot of moments like that.
I have a problem with the examples you chose there. Golf Ball, Blocky, and Eraser are all Season 1 favourites. We've already explored personalities by the time Cake gets his first proper introduction in BFB. And Black Hole's proper development only started in TPOT. And that isn't immediately grabbing your attention now, is it? And with Cake, you can't just have someone who's around their idol. That's a big reason why Bressa got out so early in BFB. Her whole personality was Ice Cube, Ice Cube. And people were getting sick of that very easily. Cake only survived because Eggy was mean and Bells were very one-dimensional back then. And also that talk between Pin and Coiny making the audience want to see what would happen if Loser was eliminated. All of us could have gone to Cake or other characters. We can just never know.
Becomes just a little more confident in little moments when he speaks up and little moments when he contributes. Those are actually really easy to miss, but that's why I appreciate them, honestly.
Hey, lots going on.
What? Snowball, can you use your power weapon? That's not helping! Look, this is all we have to go on. So SB, practice and get this down. Fanny, Pillow, figure it out with him. Everyone else back on door duty.
Forgot to run off with the rest. But don't worry, I'll help.
Exit out! I don't think this door was ever an escape, Lightning. Look at all these dents and smacks. It's clearly from an impact from the door. We weren't meant to leave. 2 wanted us to stay here and gave us a sliver of hope. Grr!
The clip you show from TPOT 22 portrays Cake with a bossier and more short-tempered personality out of nowhere. With Cake normally being scared and shy always, wanting to do what Loser does. I'll give him the mini moment with Lightning, but I feel like that's it. There isn't anything else that helps Cake's growth without it involving Loser in any sort of way.
Cake is not actively trying to become the leader 90% of the time, and he's not even really trying to steal the spotlight. He's just trying to be useful.
When? I know he tries to be useful, but most of the time it just doesn't help.
A lot before. Now, obviously, Cake isn't the only character to do something like this. We've obviously seen...
Yeah, Woody. Woody is what Cake tried to be. From the shy guy to the confident guy. I understand that Woody had post-split BFB with a smaller cast, whilst Cake had a larger cast with TPOT. But the reason the split happened was because the creators wanted the season that was heavily story-based, and just a season that was like the first few episodes of BFB. And TPOT got the story. So, yeah. Cake did get the short end of the stick there. But I'm happy for you that you're able to see his growth. And that makes any character better. It implies with anyone to any character. But I just can't see it. And with that, I just see Cake as a scared person. But the only purpose in BFDI was just to be there for Loser.
This is where I think TPOT could have actually done a little bit more with him in this last few sections. Cake's personality gives the writers a lot of room to work with. Imagine seeing him finally become confident enough to trust his own decisions. Imagine him taking initiative without immediately doubting himself. And imagine him proving himself, not everyone else, that he actually belongs. This is the direction that I would have loved to see a little bit more of. Even though we did see a little bit of it, I definitely would have liked to see a lot more of him doing this. Cake.
Exactly what I said, but you put in a bit more detail than me. But yeah, that possible development with Cake could be interesting. And that is what's amazing about humans. We all have our own ways of thinking and different ideas on everything. Channels like Arizon, don't know how to pronounce it, sorry if I say it wrong, with the whole BFDI Hot Take show and BFDI What Ifs, etc., etc. It really well shows the good side of the UFC and how we're all able to express our own opinions. Arizon, sorry, and TL Gent will be in the description of the video, so you can go check them out after the end of this one. But it is sad that some people don't accept opinions that aren't similar to theirs, and people get hate for having slightly different opinions on a cartoon pencil and a number. But that's something for another day.
Sometimes a character doesn't really need to have like a huge dramatic moment to be memorable. Sometimes a quiet character can end up feeling the most realistic. Cake isn't
You do have a good point with the whole realism thing and not being flashy to be a good character. But Cake doesn't really relate to me. So that's another reason why I don't like Cake. Okay, now it's my turn. Let's start with BFB, as nothing happens in any other season before. Cake gets introduced as a humble and paranoid character who idolizes Loser. And that's it. In early BFB, he's always around Loser, and whenever in trouble or scared, needs Loser to help him and not any other character. Peyton calls it out in BFB 6, but not just for Cake, the whole team really.
It's just, our team is so loser-centric, right? Everyone likes him. We rely on him for advice and success. I'm just afraid that...
Yeah?
What if he was gone? We depend on him so much. We hardly know how to do things on our own. What if we've forgotten who we are without him? What if we can never function again? What if we...
At least everyone else on the team has something else to do besides obsess over Loser. I already mentioned this earlier, but Cake could have been at risk of elimination in BFB 7 if Eggy didn't crash out and the whole talk about Loser, my pin. Sadly, the Loser didn't get put on UFE a second time, so, you know. But on the actual elimination, Loser got triple the votes of Eggy. You know, that's safe. 12,000 votes could have gone to anyone else on that team. And possibly more. You know? Hopefully they could have all gone to Cake, but the world doesn't like that. And it wasn't like anyone got more votes than him in later episodes. Only Spongy got more votes to be eliminated than him. I guess we'll just never know if Cake could have been eliminated. If we could have gone Glory earlier. Sorry for that mini rant earlier. Now moving on. Cake's whole personality is Loser in BFB. He won't be able to do anything without Loser. Like, I know he does stuff after Loser's elimination, but it all has to involve Loser. He isn't able to do anything independently by himself. He'll basically just be a reject Woody without Loser. But with Woody had no one. Cake at least had Loser. And then in BFB 7, 9, and episodes 11 and 12, he does nothing. Nothing at all. And we talked about BFB 10 earlier. So, the next episode is BFB 13, where he just shouts at Eggy over, say it with me, Loser! Wow! Who could have guessed that one? And then we get his one good moment in BFB with BFB 14.
Well, rest in peace, Coiny.
That slot's too narrow. There's no way I could fit through.
Me neither.
But Woody, if you flip on your side, I think you could make it.
Oh, wow! Yeah, Woody. Looks like it's the end of the line for us. But you gotta keep going.
We believe in you, Woody. I bet you'll find paradise at the end of the garbage chute.
I wish we could go with you too, but we just won't fit. I know you can do this.
Sorry, Woody, but the lava's getting close. There's no time left.
We gotta throw you. Remember us, okay?
He doesn't relatively do much either. It's a combined effort with him and Haley. But Cake isn't the scared person he usually is. Probably because he knows he can't make out the lava, so there's no need to panic. And then he does nothing in BFB 15 and 16. So run down BFB. Cake is always around Loser and is doing things related to Loser. And if he's not doing that, he's doing nothing at all. Not count BFB 14, which TPOT could have leaned into with the fact that him and Nelly were both on Just Not in TPOT. Speaking of TPOT places Cake on Just Not, which is just a bad team in general, with everyone being outshined by Pillow, so that's a bad start. He does nothing in TPOT 1 besides saying he's lost his friends, which, no. When he's talking about this, he's talking about Clock and Eggy. You see where I'm going with this? He probably said like 2 things to Clock in BFB, and then he literally fell out with Eggy in BFB 13. What? TPOT 2. He defends a stack with Price Tag and Nickel, with Nickel being the silly one, Price Tag being the serious one, and Cake being... I don't know. 1 second he's all kind, and the other he's complaining, which makes things more confusing for his character and his development that Gen apparently sees in him. Aggressive to remote out of nowhere, and does nothing beneficial to the team or his character development. That nothing beneficial to his team shows up quite a bit. Now, TPOT 3, he has just a good idea of the prizes, but then they get scraps. Scraps. Price Tag is the one to save the team by valuing the prices at $30. See how I'm talking about not helping the team? Cake nearly made them lose. Speaking of making them lose, TPOT 4. Get ready for this one. He loses the challenge for a team, and then everyone brushes outside, and he gets a ton of OCSA. When Rocky and other people do it, by the way, the S only lost because Clock didn't shut up. They get hated, and now the game instantly in both seasons. Oh man, had to get off my chest. Kicking TPOT always likes to state the obvious in questions, and it actually means something. That comes up a lot, you know, in TPOT. Something else I also mean, you know, because when you say a question with the most obvious answer, and then they lie, and you just act like, oh yeah, that makes sense. But if Loser was there, it would be a whole different story. Okay, TPOT 5. Now it does come up with the whole gravity thing, but anyone else could have said that. No, it doesn't really give Cake much development in the season doing one challenge idea. Does it now? TPOT 6. He becomes the food, but 2 doesn't even eat him. Pillow forces 2 to give it a 3, but if eaten, it probably would be a 0, as it is a corpse after all. I'm not trying to be mean on purpose, but personally I would give it a 0 personally. And then nothing useful in TPOT 7, as per usual, and then greatness.
Got the clue! High five, Kiki!
Oh my cake factory. I thought I was gonna make it a lot further. I really wanted that limitless power. But just not. I have to say, it was great being on a team, not just in Loser's shadow. It was fun to just play for us. I wish you all luck.
God, he still has to talk about Loser. TLJ talks a lot about Cake in TPOT 22 with the whole clip and all that stuff. And I touched on it a decent bit as well in the analysis, so I'm not going to go over that again. So, for me, Cake in BFB was just really annoying. Why me didn't get his way, and a loser fanboy. In TPOT, he did get a bit unlucky with the whole screen time development, but still didn't do anything much for himself or anyone really, besides 2, maybe 3 challenge ideas. His personality across BFB and TPOT was quite inconsistent, and Cake is just a confusing character to go along with. Cake's love is undeserving, and in my opinion is the worst character in BFDI. But at the end of the day, it's an opinion, and TL Jen's video made me see Cake's missed potential, but it never happened. We may see more of him in IDFB though. I'm planning to do more videos like this instead of what I normally do. And if you like this video, make sure to hit that like button and smash the subscribe button. Just kidding. Like if you like the video, and subscribe to me if you want to see more content like this. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Peace.